Hey everyone, this is Direwolf20, and before I begin today's episode, I want to let you know that there's a special announcement at the end. So, watch today's episode, enjoy it, and stay tuned, because at the end of today's episode, there's a big special announcement that you're all going to want to listen to and check out. Alright, I'll see you at the end of the episode. Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome back to episode 8 of my server play. You can see I'm just heading down into my room here. I think something funny happened. Maybe I configured the chunks wrong, but I don't think my process ran overnight here. I came in and only found a handful of melons in my chest here. Along with that, I only found a handful of reeds. So I'm pretty sure this chunk, for whatever reason, didn't remain loaded last night. So I think it's resolved now, and it should be back up and running. So let's see. I believe my machine should still be running though. So once we watch this thing tick over, I should get a reed. Ah, yeah, perfect. Reed goes in the chest. Beautiful. So, for now, what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to want to change this room up a little bit. So why don't I start on that, and I'll be back shortly. So the first thing I'm going to do in this room is over on this side of the room. I'm going to take some of the reeds that I've collected thus far, and just plant a few more of these guys. How many did I make here? I could probably afford to make one more block breaker. Let's see. I've already got a piston, so let's make ourselves another one of those iron pickaxes. Just happen to have the ingredients on me. Okay, so just made one of those guys, and I'm probably going to want to just pick up this chest for now, because I'm going to want to rerun how this stuff works, and I can just lay down all my block breakers like so. Let's see, can I just do this? Yeah, that'll work. And I'm going to want these guys along here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I couldn't place it. There was a little redstone wire on the side there. Now I'm going to take my redstone wire here, and the awesome thing about redstone wire is how it attaches to all kinds of cool things. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but there is it. So if I simply, well, I guess it won't hurt to run that there. Run it like so. Maybe I don't even need this. Will this thing run up? Yeah, that'll work. Just run it along the top of my machines here. All my machines should pulse together when this pulse goes off. How pretty is that? So we'll let that test, and while I'm waiting for that to test, you can see I grabbed some emerald hose here. These are emeralds from the red power mod. And I grabbed another set of melon seeds, and I'm going to plant these seeds right next to this one. I should have grabbed some bone meal, but that's no biggie. And what we want to do is place down another deployer. I'm just going to have it right here. Nice. And I'll put my iron emerald hoe in there. Yeah, that's all good. And right here is where I'm going to want to put, you can see it probably just, the pulse probably just ticked because this guy went to farmland. And then I want my block breaker right here. So what will happen is this guy will grow. I'll grab some bone meal in a second and let him grow. Now I wonder if I can put pneumatic tubes on top of pipes, on top of the red power thing. I cannot. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue, but I'm sure I can work around it. No biggie. I'll straighten that out in a moment. Let's see. Can I run it like on the pipe? No? Guess I can't. Well, I'll probably just run it around the back or something like that. Yeah. Or underground. Underground would work just as well. Oh no, it's clipping it there. I can't run it directly underneath like that. Let me find a good way to run this and I will be back. Alright, so what I decide I'm going to do is just loop this guy over the top here and run this guy under nicely. That'll work well. And for this one over here, I can probably do something like this, I'm thinking. So that guy's connected like that. And this is probably not the prettiest job in the world, but hey, gets the job done, right? Oh, that works. I don't even need this one here anymore. Excellent. So we should be in pretty good shape. So let's see, when this redstone tick over here pulses, we should get a blip. Let's just make this a little bit quicker. Yep, we can see it's working, so that's cool. Awesome. Now there's one piece I missed. You guys remember what it was? It was putting a chest back here for all this stuff. Oops, didn't want to do that. And I'm pretty sure if I wanted to, I could just put like a chest right up here. Why don't I just put one like this? Yeah, this'll work. Perfect spot for it. Hey, there we go. So what'll happen is these guys probably chopped down some reeds before I had the chest plugged in there, so they're just going to hold on to those reeds until there's a valid inventory for them to land in. So you can see those sugarcane / reeds. I'm sorry, dude. When I started playing, they were reeds. Now they're sugarcanes. What do you want from me? Alright, so why don't I get some bone meal, get that thing growing, and then I should have 2 very nice watermelon farms and a handful of reed farms. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like a crazy amount. I just want to have a nice little supply coming in. So why don't I get going, and I'll be back shortly to pull that stuff in. Alright, so I grew that thing up there, and if I know my YouTube player base, they were probably screaming at me the whole time that the obvious solution here was to do this. So, yeah. Direwolf not thinking for a minute there. That's obviously a simpler and probably cleaner looking approach. Yeah, definitely much better. So, cool. We should be getting a good amount of reeds / sugarcane. We've already got 11. Not too shabby. I do need to set up some kind of export system from this chest. I'm probably going to hook up a teleport pipe and send it back up, and basically have them wind up upstairs where I have my sorting system, and have them, you know, excess reeds wind up going into a recycler. So why don't I wrap this up for now? I'm going to come back in a little bit. Let's keep in mind that we've got 15 watermelons in here, and we'll see how we do towards the end of the episode. Alright guys, so I'm over here in our teleport area. You can see my little teleport pod here. Malyanx was happy to create an MFSU up here, and there's some solar panels up on the roof, and they charged up this MFSU. And what I'm going to be doing is running the power from this MFSU down over to this location. And probably what we're going to wind up happening is we're going to have a bunch of teleport pods here, and they're all going to be charged off this centrally done MFSU up here. And hey, there's Malyanx there. So we're just going to run that cable down and hook it up to this guy. So why don't I drop the MFSU that I made right down here. And I want to make sure that it's set up correctly. And I think it looks like I got it. Yeah. Hey, iron. Sweet. Yeah, definitely got it. So the upward facing block is on the teleporter, which is cool. Now I just need to run some wiring here. And I'll probably run it out the back for now. Oh yeah, he's one step ahead of me. So I was just chatting with him about how we might want to run this guy, but for now I'm just going to run it like this. Yeah, I know, I missed a block, that's fine. So what should happen is, as soon as I connect this power cable here, we should start getting juice. Awesome. And this guy's draining out, so that's perfect. And now I can kind of replace the smooth stone here. I think that looks pretty good. So what we'll wind up doing is having a couple different teleport pods here, and they're all going to be fed from that central location. And the solar panels will charge up, and basically anytime anybody uses a teleporter, that teleporter's pad will be recharged from this central location, which hopefully will remain full. And I think that'll be pretty neat. So let's clean up this room. I'm just going to put some changes in here. Let's see, how exactly do I want to run this now? Well, shouldn't be too hard. I think I can put buttons on top of panels now, so let's try it, shall we? If I put a panel like so, can I place a button on it? Yes, I certainly can. That makes my life super easy, because then I just have to run a redstone cable down here. And I think I'll probably just make this a panel too, because I didn't, like a dummy, I didn't bring too much basalt with me. Oops. There we go. Looks nice. I can just run some redstone cable, hopefully along the back here. I'm gonna have to move this light control. Run this guy like this. How's my power source doing here? Ah, over 1 million. I'm good. So why don't I give it a test, shall I? Well, it activated the light when I pushed the button, which is definitely cool. I like that. But I didn't get teleporter activation. I think I need to run this guy like so. Okay, that should work now. Alright, maybe not. I might have to grab my frequency teleporter. I linked these in one direction, but I might need to link them in the other direction. So let me grab that and take care of it. So I just ran back to my house here, grabbed my frequency teleporter, and I'm going to go ahead and teleport back. Perfect. So now I think I need to snag... frequency unlinked. Alright, now I need to point this teleporter back at my base. And unfortunately, just today, Malyanx disabled the old /home command, because he did not really intend for us to be using it. He had just left it in as a temporary while we were getting set up and debugging some of the things that we were testing to get the server prepared. So he did not fully intend for the /home command to be ready and used. Teleportation link unchanged. Okay, cool. Link to teleporter back here. Okay. Sweet. Alright, maybe I have to play around a little bit and figure out what I'm doing wrong. Hang on. Alright, I figured out my problem. Nothing to do with the teleportation frequencies, all that's set up fine. When I'm pushing this button, the redstone thing isn't turning on. So to resolve that, I need to get this guy broken. Make it a well and proper basalt cobblestone thingy. And I'm not sure how well you guys can see what I'm doing, but I have to put the button back now. And now let's check the red wiring out. I believe if the red wiring is set up like so, we should be good. So let's test this from a distance now. Hey, I get sparklies, and the light turns on when I push the button, which is pretty cool, if I do say so myself. So why don't I lay down my basalt here, and give it a try. Hey, I got back home. And hey, I got back to the base. That's cool. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that now. Now that I stopped being a dummy. So, I gotta get it so my light turns on when I get home. That's pretty cool. He's liking it. Alright, why don't I get ready to build something else for you guys. And just so you guys can see, I just set it up so that pushing the button here turns on my light as well, because I liked that effect a lot. A couple of people have posted saying I should go with a blue light. I don't know, red looks kind of cool. But blue light might work too. Hey, maybe everybody can have their own color light. Alright guys, so the next thing I want to work on, I've got my teleportation hub here. I've added a wall to this building and sectioned off another port of the room. And like I mentioned in a previous episode, I kind of want this main area here to be our lobby. We actually kind of built this right on top of our spawn point, so any new players who join the server will spawn right in this general area, and they'll be able to step inside, get into our welcome center. We can probably have some signs up and a couple other cool things going on. And in here, I want to place kind of like a beginner area for people to join the server and get some new items and you know, just get a little start on their own. So the first thing I want to do is build a few wooden chests. And 5 will suffice for now. And I'm just going to place them along the wall back here. Not terribly symmetrical, but what are you going to do? Yeah, that looks pretty good for a starting area. And, yeah, that's cool. And what I want to do is have these chests just kind of represent some stuff. So why don't I first put here melons? Because all new players who join the server are probably going to be short on food when they first join up. So, you were wondering why I was making a melon farm if I already have a quantum suit helmet? This is why I'm making a melon farm when I already have a quantum suit helmet. I want to be able to supply all new players who join the server with a good amount of food and, you know, starting supplies. So why don't I go see how my melon farm made out while I was gone. Ooh, up to 23 already. Not too shabby. I'll just steal those. And you can see they're, you know, probably doing their job here. Hopefully, maybe. I guess we'll come back later and see. Also, while I'm here, I'm going to grab a bit of iron. You can see I've got a good amount of iron in this chest here. Maybe I even want a full stack. Why not? And I'm going to head back to that room. See how convenient these teleporters are turning out to be already? I'm probably draining all the energy that we have on them, but that's fine. I'm having fun with it. So, probably should have left some of my stone here, but I could even dump some of this stuff in a chest. Just, I don't know if I'll leave this here, but it'll at least be temporary. So I'm thinking something along these lines. That'll be good. Iron pickaxes for all the new players. And I'm going to do something along those lines, so that, you know, people join the server, they can grab an iron pickaxe, a shovel, some food to sustain them, and they can head out into the world and find a nice place to call home. So why don't I wrap up this segment for now and probably fill up these chests with some other nice little tools. I'll probably do one for shovels and that kind of stuff. Alright guys, so I'm heading back to that little central area here. And the next thing I want to add for this location is along this back wall here. It's going to be an MFE. Actually, I want that facing down. run some glass fiber cabling. Beautiful. And you should see some machines in my inventory. That's right. I am setting up, I'm going to go rotary macerator, singularity compressor, and 2 induction furnaces. And why don't I get myself some levers. And I'm cooking up the mats right now. As you know, it takes a little bit to get the extraction thing going, because I need electrolyzed water cells. But I'm basically cooking up the materials for that, and this is going to be a free for public use area. We're going to have our MFE here, which will welcome people to come and charge their items in. We'll have induction furnaces and rotary macerators for those new players on the server who want to go mining and get all their good ores and stuff and come back and have a nice place to macerate and refine at. However, we're going to encourage people not to use these, regularly. We really want you guys to build your own stuff once we have players joining the server. And what we'll probably wind up doing is just letting, new guys using this, but encourage you to do your own. And of course, it's perfect encouragement by itself to do your own, concerning the fact that you'd have to, mine for a while and then slowly run all your ores back from your main base to this location. So why don't I go see how... Hello, Mr. Creeper. Thank you. Cool. So why don't I head back... Oh, there's a spider out there, too. And Zeldo's hanging out in my house, considering stealing all my ores, I think. He's like, how can I get in that chest? I see there's diamonds in there. So you can see I temporarily hooked up this electrolyzer here, and it's creating some electrolyzed water cells to create the centrifuge extractor. So I'm going to finish that up shortly. I'm also going to connect that MFE to that solar flower array on the roof. I'm just probably going to run some cabling along the roof. We'll figure out how we want to do that in a bit. So I just ran some tin cabling from the solar flower up on the roof into this MFE here, and it might charge at some point. Oh, you know what? It's tin cable and it's only sending 1 EU packets. I'm definitely going to have to do this as fiber cable. Rubbish. Alright guys, I'm back here, and you can see a couple things that I decided. Number one, my centrifuge extractor is done. All the electrolyzed water cells were made for that guy, so he's up and running. And secondly, I just made myself a handful of solar panels, not a full 32, which is what I would normally go with, but a decent amount nonetheless. I'm just going to run, a line of them here, like so. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy. Just doing our thing. Few here, and this obviously isn't an ideal setup, but we're only going to have like a handful of solar panels up here anyway, just for the purposes of powering up this stuff. So, of course I happen to be doing this just as it's turning to night, but I might get a little bit of juice going in here. And you can see the juice going in is starting to charge the capacitors in the advanced machines here. So that's what's going on with something here must be getting charged up somewhere. They all store a good amount of energy, so, and of course now it's night, so I have to wait. But basically, those solar flowers are going to power up this MFE. Once it has enough juice, I'm going to probably put some redstone, let's just put our levers on now. Remember, yeah, I hate levers. Remember, we don't want to have a lever on this one here because the power will replicate over to the MFE and cause funny things to happen. So why don't I get all these levers straightened out? No pun intended. And I'll be back shortly. Oh, there we go. Got them going. Alright guys, I'm putting on my little bit of a creative hat here. You can see that I'm combining this handsaw here with these wooden planks. I'm making these nifty looking covers. And what's Direwolf building? Good question. I barely know what I'm building myself. that's pretty fail. But, yeah, you get the gist here. I'm building a little welcome desk. Kinda. Gotta build this a little bit cleaner looking, I think. Zeldo thinking he's got this idea already. So let's see now, if I try this like this, I think I have to put a block here for this to stand against. Yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, that looks pretty neat. Looks like a good, like, welcome desk area thing. Yeah, sure, why not? So I'm going to kind of build this out a little bit, but I want to build stuff like that. And, yeah, I think that looks cool. Alright, let me see what else I can do. Okay, guys, I got my little table set up here. This is going to be like our reception desk area. I'm going to head over here and show you guys that the room's up and running. Got all our furnaces and stuff going on. So I think like this is a good place to wrap up here. Put up a little sign. We're probably going to put some signs in the public area out there for, you know, just when people join the server, they'll see, you know, what's going on. We got some wool for beds, courtesy of Zeldo. And I think he put some melons in here for me because he had a functioning melon farm, or I did not. So for now, I'm going to wrap up this episode and let you guys know about a little awesome thing that you guys might want to hear about. Alright, I'll catch you all later. Stay tuned for the big announcement. Hey guys, this is Direwolf20. I hope you liked today's episode, and I've got a really exciting opportunity for you guys. The owner of the server, malbukkit, who you've seen on here, that guy in red, has asked me to put out a call to YouTube players and the people who watch my videos. He wants to give away 3 positions to come play on the server with us. He feels like the server is getting pretty stable, and he wants to have a couple other people come join and help test it out and make sure that everything's working smoothly. And he might be opening it up further in the future. I'm not really sure what his plans are, but he wanted me to announce that he wants to do a contest to get 3 people from you, the YouTube people who watch my videos, to come join us on the server. You'll be added to the whitelist, you'll be given the IP address and a set of mods to install, and you'll pretty much be ready to go and join us and come hang out on the server with us. And you'd be allowed on totally free of charge. There's no, cost at all involved. The only thing is we're holding a contest. We want to have you guys submit screenshots of your really awesome and cool Minecraft, Buildcraft, and Industrial Craft creations. So if you build crazy contraptions like this, or if you build like really nice looking designs in vanilla Minecraft, and I think we're mostly looking for people who are familiar with Industrial Craft and Buildcraft, but go ahead and submit your designs and some of the awesome things you've built. There's a email address in the description of this video. It's a Gmail email address. Just send some pictures to that email address. If you want to do a video, you're more than welcome to, but we're accepting picture submissions just of some of the machines you built, and talk about why you'd like to join the server. No sense messaging me, Direwolf. I mean, I'm going to be able to help contribute to the decision making. I'll be looking at some of the pictures with the other guys here on the server, but for the most part, it's up to them. And so no sense, sending me private messages asking to get, invited on. Go ahead and submit to the email address in the description here. Just send a screenshot, and please, 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 only, get into this contest if you really, really intend to come jump on our server and be a contributing member of the server. If you want to just log in for 10 minutes and say hi and then never show up again, you're taking up a spot away from someone who might be really interested in joining and playing seriously. So we're really only looking for people who want to come on, be an active member of the server community, and plan to play for a while. I mean, we're not going to hold you to anything, but it would be really nice if you, didn't take a spot away from someone. So go ahead and submit your entries, and I hope to be able to play with some of you guys shortly. Alright, take it easy everybody, and I'll catch y'all later.